A strong handstand isn't just about brute strength, it's about control, technique, and small details that make a huge difference. If you feel like you're always falling over, shaking, or losing balance, you are probably making one of these common mistakes. Let's fix them. Mistake number 1. Not rotating the elbows. Your arms are the foundation of your handstand. Your elbows aren't locked out and rotated properly. You're already setting yourself up for failure. Many beginners keep their elbows slightly bent, making them unstable and more likely to collapse. To fix this, make sure your elbows are fully extended and rotated slightly outward. This engages the right muscles and gives you a solid locked-in structure. Think of your arms like pillars. The stronger and more rigid they are, the longer you will hold your handstand. Another key tip: press into the floor actively. Your shoulders and arms should be pushing against the ground the entire time, creating tension throughout your upper body. The more stable your foundation, the easier is it to balance. Mistake number 2: jumping in without control. A lot of people treat their handstand like a jump for their life, just throwing themselves up and hoping for the best. But here's the thing: if you randomly kick up, you're not controlling how much force you use, which make balancing much harder. Instead, focus on kicking up with precision. Start slow and gradually increase the force until you find the perfect amount. Over time, you will develop a natural feel for how much power you actually need, without overshooting or undershooting your entry. A good exercise: wall kick-ups. Stand a few feet away from a wall and practice kicking up lightly until you just tap the wall. This helps you fine-tune your control instead of just throwing yourself up and hoping to stick the handstand. And what does the right starting position look like? It's similar to a sprinting stance. Your chest is at the same level as your hands, keeping your center of gravity low. Your strong leg is positioned close to your body while your weaker leg stays extended. Your hips should be high, pointing upward. The goal is to stay as compact as possible. By raising your hips, you gain extra centimeters, which makes the kick up easier and smoother. Many people keep the hips too low, which makes their body longer and increases the lever effect, forcing them to use more effort to get into the position. So while editing, I noticed that it's maybe kinda complicated to understand this lever effect. That's why I'm going to show you what I exactly mean by that. So in principle, it's much more easier, as I said before, to go like this in handstand. Like this. Because you're smaller. And what I talked about the lever effect is if you start like this, that your chest is behind or further away from your chest, it's harder because first of all you need to bring your chest on this line because your hands are here, so your upper body go on this position and then your legs. But if you start already here and your upper body's here, the only twist is that your legs are going on to this position. Don't need that much force and you have a better prediction. So this is, as I said, much more easier than this. Mistake number 3: ignoring the feet. Most people only focus on their hands, arms and core, but your feet plays a huge role in stability. When your toes are fully extended, your calves engage, your body becomes more compact and your balance improves instantly. Think of it this way: if your legs are loose, it's like trying to balance a wobbly stick, but if they are tight and extended, it's like balancing a straight pole, much easier. Bonus mistake: forgetting to breathe. A lot of people hold their breath during a handstand thinking it will make them more stable, but in reality it does the opposite. Holding your breath creates tension and makes small adjustments harder. Instead, focus on controlled breathing. A good way to practice is by holding a wall handstand and taking slow, deep breaths. This trains you to stay relaxed while maintaining control. So fixing these mistakes will immediately improve your handstand. Everything summarized that you have to overlook. Lock out and rotate your elbows for a strong foundation. Pick up with control, not blind force. Engage your legs and point your toes to stay balanced. Breathe naturally to avoid unnecessary tension. Handstands aren't just about strength, they are about fine-tuning your technique. Fix these details and you will see a massive difference.